Today I want to talk about text editing. It's just a thing. I love text editors. Now, right back in our very first episode, you remember StyledEdit. And all the things it can do. It can change fonts, do bold, italic. So StyledEdit is halfway between a text editor and a word processor. Probably closer to the text editor side, but still. But Haiku comes with a different text editor, and that is PE. Do we say PE or is it just P? I'm not sure. So, right-click, open with P or PE. I'm going to say PE. And there we go. Now, you'll see immediately there is a difference. Word wrap is off by default because PE is a programmer's word text editor. So you can use it for regular kind of usage. Nothing to stop you. Let's see, there's a little, if we go to file options, file options are the options for this file only. You can, in fact, switch it on. And it will remember that for this file. Stores it in a extended attribute somewhere. So I'm sure we've gone through this before, but let's do it again. If I always want to open this file in PE, we go to Add-ons, File Type, and Preferred Application just for this file. Right? And close it. Now if you look very closely, you see that this yellow icon is now slightly green. You have to sort of squint to see it. But I can now, well, that's interesting. I have now changed that one file to always opening in PE. What else can we do with this? Well, you got your normal, new, open, close, save as, save a copy as, revert. You've seen this before. Then here is something that really confuses me every time. Any GUI text editor out there, just about, it's to undo, you use Control-Z. Control-Z for Americans. And of course on a Haiku keyboard that would be Alt-Z. But Z is the key for undo, except on PE where it is Y. Try to get that into your muscle memory. But fine. What else can we do here? New group. Okay, so this takes a little bit of explanation. You can create a group of files. Now that's very useful if you're programming, because I can just drag these in here, right, and I can now save this group. I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to call it group 1. And these files don't even have to be in the same directory. Okay, so close it down. Now if we click on that, all those files are grouped. They are a coherent collection of files that I work on. By the way, these files are all identical, but that doesn't matter for what we're trying to do here. So you use that for when you have a project, even if you're not programming, if you've got a bunch of text files that sort of need to stay together. Just put them in a group, and I can close this. The files themselves will stay open. Right now, what I like to use PE for, the one killer feature for me. Let's say there's this word, right? And edit, copy. Right-clicking doesn't actually always work when you've got something selected. Don't ask me why, it just doesn't. Now I am going to search and replace. So we go to find, yeah, looks familiar, right? And we paste that in. And I want to replace that word in this, fake Latin text with the word replacement. Okay, ignore case, wrap around. But I want to replace it in all the files. Now, normally you'd think, okay, I now have to open each file, open the find, paste it in. No, you don't. Multi-file. And it defaults to open windows, which is exactly what I want. So remember, we were in this file here. I want you to watch what's happened here. Replace all. It's replaced it in all open files. So again, this is when you're programming and you realize that this error you've been looking at is because the language you're working in is case sensitive, and you've got variable 1, which you've always used with a capital V, and just in this one place it's a lowercase v. So what do? You can open all your files, and just in case there's another lowercase v in the variable name variable, you just change them throughout. It's a magnificent time saver. And that for me is something that, let's say here, save all. Right. Again, we don't need to save them one by one, just save everything that's open. Here you see some extensions, and I wish there was, a guide on how to write more of these extensions and where to put them if you do write them, right? And let's see, Be Happy is a kind of browser without internet access. It's an HTML viewer. And so if you have Be Happy loaded and you're writing HTML code, then you can just see what it'll look like in a browser. Right? And I'm not going to go through all of these. Most of these are HTML related, right? ROT13, that is a very simple this is some text, a very simple way to encode your text, to make it a little secret code, right? It's not very secure. It doesn't need a password. It just moves every letter by 13 spaces in the alphabet. So if we now select this again and run this again, then your original text is back. It dates from the old Usenet days when people would disguise somewhat risque content. Sort of fun. Okay, if we have a look at the help, be prepared to be disappointed, because it calls up a website which no longer exists. Oops. Yeah, it always sounds like a great idea to put your help in a website so it can be instantly updated. But one day your website might disappear, you know, when you stop paying your internet provider or whatever, and then people are going to be stuck. Alright, what else have we got? We got preferences. Lots and lots of preferences. You can make it look exactly, if you want black background with white text, you can do it. Right, Metro, oh, this is ancient. The Metroworks BIDE menu, that hasn't existed for 25 years. Right. Right, and some more editor. Right. Grep patterns. Right, here it is, languages. So if you're writing in some code, then it can automatically show, you know, highlights, keywords, that sort of thing. And these are the languages it can handle. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that all of these are even available. I mean, Mathematica, that's not available on Haiku, is it? Oberon 2 may be. Res, I don't even know what that is. Hey, but still. Will somebody please put Yab in the list? Okay, default language, which one you're going to write in most often. Right, projects. Okay, that's, I mean, we've got new group. I don't see new project anywhere. So you can see this thing hasn't been touched for a while. And this is where you would switch on wrapping as the default. Remember, this is overall preferences, whereas file options is. Okay, now look at this, stack and tile. Let's see, yeah. This is not the stack and tile that we talked about earlier. This just, you know, stacks them in a more old-fashioned way, right? Same here. You see, they're loose. Still, that can be useful, because now from here I can just, there we go. Stack and tile them in the more haiku-ish way. Okay, let's get that loose again. Okay, let's zoom in. That makes your window full screen. I mean, it's not really different from what you can do up here. I think I just lost one. There we go. Okay, so this thing has rough edges. It has bits and pieces that, you know, sort of harken back to the ancient BOS history. But it is still a useful haiku citizen, and I use it quite a lot because the things it does actually do, it does really, really well. So, what else can I tell you? Well, I think that's it for PE. You know, it's got a lot of things that oh, wait. Right. I nearly forgot to show you. Right. If you have a line that's indented with a tab or a couple of spaces, and you now hit enter, the next line is also tabbed. Python programmers, rejoice! This is your editor. And to say, okay, but I actually want to go back now, just hit your backspace key. Oh, but I forgot, I do need something at this level again. Okay, and if you care about having readable code, even if you're not writing in Python, then that is an absolute lifesaver. Because the person who's going to read your code in a couple of years might be you. Okay, of course, we are not all programmers, but even if you just write little shell scripts, give PE a try. Okay, now there is also let's go to terminal. There is also a command line version, and you'd think that would be PE, but no, that doesn't actually work, because that one is LPE. PE, by the way, stands for Programmer's Editor, and so I suppose this is line Programmer's Editor. See? Okay, that's it for PE, the Programmer's Editor. We will see more editors for programmers later on in the series, and yeah, some of them are better, let's face it. But yeah, if you're looking for a project, get all that old cruft out of PE. Bring it up to date. Come on, you know you want to. Bye-bye.